What's up, everybody? Today happens to be August 25th, 2021. A beautiful Wednesday morning. And this is episode 141 of 4 and 3 Sports Talk. I'm your host, Rahim Escalai. We are in Jefferson Park. I did a little intro video, and I explained that they switched the courts around here. So this park is definitely different. The vibe is different. You see the handball court over there, the new basketball court. Looks like it was recently put down as there were fences behind it, but looks like they were knocked down and people were balling over here anyway. Ball is life. I mean, what do you expect people to do? Chomping on something from back in the day. A little black ice chimes blow pop. Yeah. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you're just too young, honestly. Shoot, man, we used to dream about these. Man, you shits are bomb. Anyway, in episode 141, what I have for you is some news, scores from the Little League World Series, Major League Baseball, the WNBA, and a piece in Western Mass Sports about one of the most legendary basketball coaches the city has ever seen. One of the greatest men and overall human beings the city has ever seen, too. He happens to be in that of that same mold. And yeah, so just let's get into episode 141 really quickly. Cole Beasley is among 4 Bills who were quarantined after exposure to an individual with COVID-19. I think it's a smart thing to do. Get those guys quarantined, get them tested, and give them the vaccination, however they choose to recover from this, and make it happen. Also, Serena Williams withdraws from the U.S. Open, citing a hamstring injury. Wasn't surprised. Just the way she's been gimping around lately has made me think something's wrong. And I was right. Panthers and wide receiver Robbie Anderson agreed to a 2-year extension. If Robbie completes everything he needs to along the contract, it'll turns into a 2 years and $29 million guaranteed contract. If not, well, it's $29 million guaranteed if he owns up to everything. If not, it's just around like 2 years, $20 million. It's decent. They believe in him. He was a former Jet, and he came to Carolina and had success. And now he's back with his old quarterback, Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold actually has an offensive line better than he's ever played with before. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome to see what goes on down there in Carolina. Bill Belichick finally publicly acknowledges that the rookie quarterback Mac Jones might be in serious contention / running for the starting quarterback job. As you know, Cam Newton has just recently entered COVID-19 protocol. Wow. PSG nixes the $188 million deal for Kylian Mbappe after, that was utter disrespect. Hashtag re-fucking-jected. One of the best soccer players in the world, and you're offering under $200 million for him. Go fuck yourself. Come on, Real Madrid. Another big thing I want to talk about, ACC, Big Ten, and Pac-12 have agreed to come together. They agreed to a pact. Now, is this going to mean official memberships, sponsorships, whatever we're looking for? Not too sure at this point what exactly it means, but I know they have a pact. And that is something I'm going to look at before I set out on this hike today. My Gatorade, y'all know. Yadier Molina agrees to 1-year extension with the St. Louis Cardinals. He added a year on his contract because he believes the Cardinals are that close to contending for a World Series. I think he might be right. Maybe 2 years away. San Francisco Giants' Brandon Belt belts 2 home runs in the same game after learning of his grandmother's death. And posthumously, if I pronounce that right, or if I'm even using the word correctly, he dedicated the season to his grandmother who just passed. And my heart and prayers are with you, bro. Brandon Belt. Just as I predicted months ago, the New England Patriots would trade one of those running backs because they have a stable that's too full, and they're all really freaking nice, especially Ramondre Stevenson and the way he's came along. The Rams trade for Sony Michel, and so now Sony Michel is on the already loaded Rams roster, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them offensively, especially with Matty Ice. Matty Stafford, the quarterback over there, and I think he's the guy that the Rams needed. And that's it for the news. Moving on to the Little League World Series. Texas over New Jersey 2-1. And Hooksett, New Hampshire, and the Oregon team square off. New Hampshire won 14-6. Sorry for that. In Major League Baseball, Seattle over Oakland 5-1. Angels over the Orioles 14-8. Pittsburgh beats Arizona 4-2. Tampa Bay over Philly 3-1. Chicago White Sox beat Toronto 5-2. Boston smokes Minnesota 11-9. It was close. I think they smoked them. Come on, we need some momentum going into October. Going into September, actually, but definitely October, too. San Fran blanks the Mets 8-zip. Texas over Cleveland 7-3. Washington beats Miami 5-1. Yanks over the Braves 5-4. Detroit over the Cardinals 4-3. The Rockies and the Cubs game was postponed due to inclement weather. Milwaukee 7, Cincy 4. Astros 4, Royals is nothing. And Dodgers 5, Padres 2. After they fired their pitching coach, they're still losing. Might be bigger than that. Come on, Padres, you gotta look into that. WNBA, Minnesota 76, Seattle 70. Chicago 86, Atlanta 79. Connecticut 76, Las Vegas 62, and Washington 78, Los Angeles 68. And those are your WNBA scores. Now moving on to the NFL. I do power rankings for just about each and every sport. So, you don't have to do some with the NFL. But in addition to giving these power rankings out for the NFL, I am going to give you the top 16 teams today and then the latter half tomorrow. I've also picked one guy on the squad who is on the proverbial hot seat. So to these players that are on my hot seat, you might want to get some water. You might want to bust your ass and start playing good. Number one, obviously Kansas City Chiefs. The guys on thin ice there is wide receiver Michael Hardman. I think you need to have a great year, Mr. Hardman, because there's a guy by the name of Byron Pingle who's bald this whole offseason, who is gunning for your roster spot, most definitely. Number two, Tampa Bay Bucks. You really can't find any holes with them, so we're nitpicking with this one when we're talking about the backup quarterback Ryan Griffin, how he needs to improve his play. He needs to have a better training camp, have a better practice. You know how it goes. gotta nitpick those perfect Buccaneers. Green Bay Packers, and the quarterback Aaron Rodgers is actually on the hot seat. Former MVP, the type of offseason you had, it's time to bring us to the Super Bowl. And I'm not sure what the questions will be as far as the offseason goes, but Packers need to win a Super Bowl. We need to win a Super Bowl this year, or Aaron is gone. I believe I see him going. Number 4, Buffalo Bills. Tight end Dawson Knox needs to have a great year. I, along with a lot of other analysts I watched, were pretty high on Dawson Knox last year and this year as well still. Though he had a very pedestrian 2020, I still hear Skelch rave about how he's so receiver-like and how he's great at getting open. Well, you need to prove it this year, most definitely. I see the Bills drafting a tight end next year in that draft class. So I really, really honestly do think that is going to happen. So, Mr. Knox, step it up. Number 5, the La Rams. Brian Allen, the center. I don't know what happened with him because last year he kind of did the same thing. He was great in practice. He ran well with that squad. Now this year he comes into camp, has an alright camp, and he actually almost beat out what's his face, Austin Corbett. Though, like Austin Corbett got his head together and started to improve with pass protection. At the same time that this guy kind of dipped back, but it makes you wonder what's going to happen with Brian Allen going forward, because there are some teams in the league who are very needy at the center position. I don't know how else to say it. So, anyway, number 6 Baltimore Ravens. Another center who needs to have a better year in 2020 is Bradley Bozeman. Number 7 Cleveland Browns. Now this is going to come to a shock with many people, but my Cleveland Brown that's on the hot seat is Odell Beckham Jr. The Browns proved last year that they can move the ball and win without you. Another year of subpar play, injuries, stuff like that, you're getting traded, and that will happen. Number 8 Seattle Seahawks, Rashad Penny. It's now or never. Few people know about this guy. Rashad Penny was the number 1 pick, 28th overall in 2018 to the Seattle Seahawks, and hasn't really performed at all up to his draft status. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him. As we know, he's in a year, like I said, where it's put up or shut up, and I definitely know that there's an open market for him, but it definitely won't be in Seattle. Tennessee Titans at number 9, Harold Landry III, outside linebacker. Not just him, but that entire defensive unit needs to rush the pass better. I don't need to say anything else. San Francisco 49ers at 10, Jimmy G. You better play like a Hall of Famer because Trey Lance is sneaking up behind you, and he will start eventually. Number 11, Pittsburgh Steelers, Eric Ebron. Play like you mean it, because Pat Freiermuth is behind you, and that boy is fucking nasty. 12, Dallas Cowboys, Jalen Smith. After a diabolical 2020, you need to bounce back big, as well as many other Dallas Cowboys who need to step it up on that defense and on that team, honestly. Number 13, the Arizona Cardinals. Head coach Cliff Kingsbury is in the hot seat. He needs to win a playoff game. That pass-happy offense needs to really do something damage this year, and Cliff needs to make the playoffs and make the playoffs easily. Number 14, Indianapolis Colts. Obviously, this one goes without saying, and that's Carson Wentz. You need to stay healthy and win games. Number 15, the LA Chargers. Halfback Justin Jackson, you need to improve because they've got youth at that talent. Their practice squad guys are pretty fucking good. Just about anybody outside of Jackson can start on other teams in this league that's inside the Chargers backfield. So, Justin, you might be released after the season or traded mid-season at some point. Number 16, the Miami Dolphins, and I believe this team lives and dies on Tua Tagovailoa. I fucked up that name, Tua. His success determines this team's success. Their win-loss record, what they do this year. I think the Dolphins are a great squad, but every great squad needs a great quarterback to lead them. And there is numbers 1 through 16 for the NFL Power Rankings, preseason Power Rankings. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to episode 142 to catch the rest of those, as we will be in the Central Golden Eagles practice for episode 142. Early morning, catch us over there, and I am going to do my very first in-person interview. 413 Sports Talk's very first in-person interview, the first one since ever, because as you know, with COVID, we did all of the interviews last year were by Zoom call. So it's going to be very exciting to bring that to you guys as well. Finally, in Western Mass sports, there's one story I wanted to talk about very briefly. I'm not going to keep you guys forever. Kamari Williams Memorial Scholarship is set to host its first golf fundraiser in honor of in honor of the legendary Springfieldian and former Sci Tech basketball coach, KAMARI Williams. That is freaking awesome. Sorry, people are trying to get in my shot. I don't understand. I hate when people do that. That ignorant shit. Yeah, the KAMARI Williams Memorial Scholarship is set to host its first golf fundraiser in honor of the legendary Springfieldian former Sci Tech basketball boys coach. Here's what I had to say about this. KAMARI was a lifelong Springfield resident who played his basketball at Cathedral and became a highly respected coach and was held in high regard all throughout the basketball community, even still to this day. He dedicated his life to teaching players about basketball, but about life, and also he was being someone who they can rely on when shit got rough. He was a great coach, coached them up very hard, but very well. With an unmatched fiery passion, unmatched, like I said, by anyone in the coaching circle in Western Massachusetts. The son of State Representative Bud Williams, KAMARI was a great guard who played collegiately at Rhode Island College, graduated with a degree in political science, and was inducted into the school's Athletic Hall of Fame in 2014. Coach Williams passed away at just 36 years old, but still has left his mark upon many of us in the Western Massachusetts high school basketball scene. And yeah, we're really gonna miss you, Coach Williams. It's a shame I never got a chance to play for you, but I could imagine that would have been one of life's greatest experiences. So this ends episode 141. Again, I want to say a special shout out, a special prayer to the family members of KAMARI Williams. It's like I said, what he's done is going to have a lasting impact on kids here as they play basketball. So, with that in mind, we're closing up episode 141 of 4 and 3 Sports Talk. It was, I did have one piece owed to number 41. The best number 41 I could think of right now is Saints do-it-all running back, Alvin Kamara. He's a good pick as far as fantasy drafts go, so make sure you definitely grab him. Please don't forget we're on YouTube. Subscribe to us over there. We're on Facebook trying to make it happen too. So like, share, subscribe, comment. Please let's keep involved, people. I love you all and wish you nothing but health, wealth, and success. This was episode 141. Don't forget, tomorrow morning early we will have episode 142 at Central Golden Eagles practice, their first practice of the day. And we also are going to be blessed to sit down with many of the legends on that team, including Massachusetts' best quarterback in William Watson III. So, enjoy your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with episode 142.